Forget avocado for a minute. Yes, I said it. That trendy green everyone adds to their toast smoothies, and salads might be good for you, but there's another food out there that absolutely destroys it when it comes to building lean muscle and reversing sarcopenia, the age-related muscle loss that quietly steals strength and mobility as we get older. Most people overlook it completely, yet this simple nut, available in almost every grocery store, can literally change the way your body ages. So if you're serious about staying strong, active, and independent well into your 60s, 70s, and beyond, stick with me till the end, because by the time we're done, you'll never look at this nut the same way again. Now, before I reveal what it is, let's talk about why this even matters. Sarcopenia is something that sneaks up on people. You might notice that climbing stairs feels harder than it used to. Maybe your legs feel weak after just a short walk, or your arms seem softer than they once were. The truth is, after the age of 30, we start losing muscle mass naturally, up to 3 to 5% per decade. And that rate accelerates as we age. Most people accept it as normal. But what if it doesn't have to be? What if the foods you choose every day could slow or even reverse that process? That's exactly what we're diving into today. Now let's get something straight. Building and maintaining muscle isn't just about vanity or looking toned. It's about survival. Muscle is your body's engine. It regulates metabolism, balances blood sugar, supports bone health, and even influences brain function. When muscle declines, everything else follows: your energy, your balance, your posture, your immune system, and even your mood. So yes, this matters a lot more than people think. And while the internet loves to praise avocado as a superfood, when it comes to pure muscle building potential, it's not even close to what this one nut can do. Avocado gives you healthy fats and some potassium, sure, but this nut gives you a powerhouse combo of protein, amino acids, minerals, and fatty acids that directly feed muscle fibers and trigger growth. And the best part, it also helps fight inflammation and oxidative stress, two of the biggest enemies of aging muscles. All right, I won't keep you waiting any longer. The nut I'm talking about is the humble walnut. Yes, the brain-shaped nut you might have ignored in your pantry is one of the most powerful anti-sarcopenia foods on the planet. Don't underestimate it just because it's small. Walnuts are literally packed with the nutrients your body needs to build and protect muscle tissue. Here's why they're so special. First, walnuts are loaded with high-quality plant protein. Just one handful gives you a complete amino acid profile that supports muscle synthesis. But it's not just the protein, it's how the protein interacts with the other compounds inside the walnut. They're rich in omega-3 fatty acids, specifically alpha-linolenic acid, which plays a critical role in reducing muscle inflammation and improving recovery after exercise. These omega-3s also help your cells absorb amino acids more efficiently, meaning the protein you eat actually gets used by your muscles instead of being wasted. And if you've ever struggled with sore muscles after workouts or stiffness, when you wake up, walnuts might just be your secret weapon. The anti-inflammatory properties of their fatty acids, along with antioxidants like ellagic acid and polyphenols, protect muscle cells from oxidative damage. That's a huge deal because oxidative stress is one of the biggest reasons why muscles weaken as we age. Walnuts basically act like a shield, helping your body repair and rebuild faster, but that's only part of the story. Walnuts are also incredibly rich in magnesium, one of the most underrated minerals for muscle function. Magnesium helps with muscle contraction and relaxation, boosts protein synthesis, and prevents cramps. Without enough magnesium, your muscles can't rebuild efficiently, no matter how much protein you eat. Walnuts deliver that magnesium naturally in a bioavailable form your body can actually use. Now, let's take this a step deeper. Walnuts also improve hormonal balance, especially testosterone and growth hormone levels, both critical for maintaining muscle as we age. Most people think testosterone only matters for men, but that's not true. Women need healthy testosterone levels too, especially for muscle strength and energy. The healthy fats and micronutrients in walnuts help support your endocrine system, which means your body can naturally produce the hormones that keep your muscles strong and functional. And here's something fascinating. Research has shown that older adults who consume walnuts regularly have better muscle mass and strength compared to those who don't. One reason is the nitric oxide boosting effect of the amino acid L-arginine found in walnuts. Nitric oxide improves blood flow, delivering more oxygen and nutrients to muscle tissues. Better blood flow means better recovery, better endurance, and faster results from any kind of physical activity, whether that's lifting weights, walking, or gardening. Now, you might be thinking, okay, walnuts are great, but how much should I eat? The sweet spot for most adults is around a small handful, roughly 1 ounce, every day. That's about 12 to 14 walnut halves. You can eat them raw, toss them into oatmeal, blend them into smoothies, or even make your own walnut butter. What matters most is consistency, because the effects build up over time. After a few weeks, you might notice your energy improving, your muscles feeling more toned, and your recovery time shortening. Let's talk about how walnuts actually fight sarcopenia on a cellular level. Sarcopenia happens when the balance between muscle protein synthesis and breakdown tips in the wrong direction. In simple terms, your body starts breaking down muscle faster than it can rebuild it. Walnuts help restore that balance. The amino acids and fatty acids inside them activate mTOR pathways, which are like cellular switches that turn on muscle growth. At the same time, their antioxidants suppress the chronic inflammation that accelerates muscle breakdown. It's a double win: more growth, less decay. Another powerful thing walnuts do is improve insulin sensitivity. Insulin isn't just about blood sugar. It's also an anabolic hormone, meaning it helps build tissue. When your cells respond better to insulin, they pull in more glucose and amino acids from your bloodstream to use as fuel and raw material for repair. That means stronger, denser muscle fibers and less fat storage. Now, let's compare that to avocado for a second. Avocado is wonderful for heart health and skin elasticity. It's a great source of monounsaturated fats and some fiber, but it lacks the specific amino acids and micronutrient profile that your muscles crave. Walnuts, on the other hand, deliver a unique combination of protein, omega-3s, magnesium, zinc, and polyphenols that actually build tissue instead of just supporting general health. And here's something most people don't realize. Walnuts can even improve your sleep quality, which directly impacts muscle recovery. They contain natural melatonin and help your brain produce serotonin, the feel-good neurotransmitter. Better sleep means more growth hormone release during deep sleep cycles, which means stronger muscles and faster repair. So if you're someone who trains or simply wants to stay mobile and strong as you age, your nighttime snack could literally determine how your body repairs itself. Let me tell you a quick story. A client of mine in her late 60s used to struggle with climbing stairs and felt her legs were getting weaker every year. She wasn't eating enough protein and thought adding an avocado a day would help. It didn't. When she switched to incorporating a handful of walnuts into her daily routine, alongside gentle resistance exercises, the difference was night and day. Within 2 months, her leg strength improved, her posture straightened, and her energy levels soared. That's not magic. That's nutrition working at a cellular level. And it's not just about eating walnuts alone. Combining them with other muscle-friendly foods amplifies their effect. For instance, pair walnuts with Greek yogurt or eggs in the morning, and you're giving your body both fast digesting and slow digesting proteins, ensuring a steady stream of amino acids to fuel muscle repair all day. Or sprinkle crushed walnuts over a salad with spinach and olive oil. You'll get a powerful dose of antioxidants and healthy fats that reduce inflammation after exercise. What I love most about walnuts is how simple they make healthy aging. You don't need fancy supplements or expensive protein powders. This one whole food gives you real, tangible benefits that your body can feel. The science backs it, but the results speak louder than any research paper ever could. Let's go even deeper into the science for a moment. Sarcopenia isn't just about losing size, it's about losing function. When muscle fibers shrink, especially the fast, twitch fibers responsible for strength and balance, you become more vulnerable to falls, fractures, and metabolic disorders. Walnuts help preserve these fibers by supporting mitochondrial health. Their antioxidants literally protect mitochondria, the powerhouses of your cells, from oxidative damage. That means more efficient energy production, less fatigue, and more endurance throughout the day. And if you're trying to lose fat while keeping your muscle intact, walnuts are your friend. They help regulate appetite by stabilizing blood sugar and improving satiety hormones like leptin. Unlike carb-heavy snacks that spike your insulin and make you crash, walnuts keep you full for hours while feeding your muscles what they need. That's the key to sustainable, healthy body composition. Let's talk about how to integrate them into your daily routine effectively. Start your day with a handful of walnuts before breakfast. It primes your metabolism and prevents overeating later. If you blend smoothies, toss in a few walnuts for creaminess and a protein boost. Snack on them mid-afternoon instead of chips or cookies. You can even crumble them on roasted veggies or mix them into homemade granola. The goal is consistency, not perfection. Even small daily habits add up to massive long-term results. One thing people often ask is whether roasting walnuts destroys their nutrients. The answer is lightly roasting is fine, but avoid high heat. Overheating can damage their delicate omega-3 fats. If you want the full benefit, raw or dry roasted is best. And if you soak them overnight, you can even improve their digestibility and unlock more nutrients. Now, here's an interesting fact. Walnuts also help protect your brain, and that's directly linked to muscle coordination. As we age, the communication between our brain and muscles can slow down, leading to clumsiness or loss of balance. The same compounds in walnuts that improve cognition also enhance neuromuscular connection, meaning your brain signals your muscles more effectively. That's why regular walnut eaters often report feeling more alert, agile, and coordinated. And remember, muscle health isn't only about what you eat. It's about how you move. Pairing walnut nutrition with light resistance training, walking, or yoga creates a synergistic effect. Food provides the building blocks. Movement tells your body where to use them. So think of walnuts as the raw materials your body needs to rebuild, while exercise is the blueprint guiding construction. As you keep this up, you'll notice something subtle but powerful. You start moving differently. Your steps feel lighter, your grip stronger, your energy steadier. That's the result of consistent nourishment. Sarcopenia doesn't happen overnight, and neither does reversing it. But with the right foods, your body has the potential to rebuild, even after decades of decline. I know it sounds almost too simple that something as ordinary as a walnut could have such a profound effect. But that's the beauty of real, whole foods. Nature has already designed the perfect formula. We just have to rediscover it. You don't need exotic powders or imported fruits. You just need the wisdom to choose foods that work with your body's design. And let's be honest, when was the last time you heard anyone say, "I eat walnuts to stay young and strong"? Probably never. But that's exactly the kind of quiet secret that changes lives. The people who live long, active lives often aren't chasing trends. They're sticking to nutrient, dense foods that have stood the test of time. So here's my challenge to you for the next 30 days. Add walnuts to your diet every single day. Track how you feel, your energy, your strength, your recovery. Notice how your muscles respond. Combine that with gentle daily movement and watch how quickly your body thanks you. Forget avocado toast for now. Go for walnut power. By the end of those 30 days, I guarantee you'll feel a difference. Your workouts will feel easier, your recovery faster, your stamina stronger, your body will feel more alive, more supported, more youthful. Because when you feed your muscles what they truly need, your entire system responds. And that's why I say, forget avocado. This nut builds muscle and kills sarcopenia better than anything else sitting in your kitchen right now. Walnuts aren't just food. They're fuel for strength, energy, and vitality at every age. So grab a handful today, make it a habit, and take one powerful step toward a stronger, healthier, more resilient you. Because getting older is inevitable, but feeling weak isn't. And sometimes the difference between decline and vitality is as simple as what's in the palm of your hand. And as we dive even deeper into how walnuts interact with the body, something truly fascinating happens when we look at their impact on amino acid absorption, especially in older adults. As we age, our body's ability to digest, absorb, and utilize protein becomes less efficient. It's one of the key reasons why muscle loss accelerates even if we're eating what seems like enough. The gut changes, enzymes slow down, and muscle protein synthesis doesn't get triggered the way it used to. That's why older adults can eat the same amount of protein as they did in their 30s, but their bodies simply don't respond the same way. This process, known as anabolic resistance, is one of the major drivers behind sarcopenia, but walnuts have a way of bypassing that barrier, helping the body take in and actually use those crucial amino acids that rebuild and preserve muscle tissue. It starts with the gut. Walnuts are rich in prebiotic fibers that feed beneficial bacteria in the intestines. These microbes play a vital role in breaking down food and assisting in the absorption of amino acids and other nutrients. When the gut microbiome is healthy, the intestinal wall functions more efficiently, allowing for smoother transport of amino acids into the bloodstream. In older adults, gut diversity tends to decline, leading to poor digestion and nutrient absorption. By restoring microbial balance, walnuts essentially reawaken that nutrient highway, ensuring that the proteins you eat actually reach your muscles instead of being lost through inefficient digestion. This is one of the quiet miracles of walnut nutrition. It doesn't just give you nutrients, it helps your body extract more from everything else you eat. The digestive benefits go further. Walnuts contain polyphenols that reduce gut inflammation, keeping the intestinal lining intact. Chronic low-grade inflammation, common in aging, can damage the gut barrier and lead to leaky gut, where undigested food particles and toxins enter the bloodstream. That state of inflammation doesn't just affect digestion. It weakens muscle metabolism, increases fatigue, and blocks nutrient uptake. Walnuts work against that by soothing the gut lining, promoting a more favorable environment for nutrient transport. That means when you eat protein-rich foods like eggs, legumes, or fish, your body can absorb those amino acids more efficiently, allowing them to be converted into muscle tissue rather than wasted. But it's not just about the gut, it's also about what happens once those amino acids reach the bloodstream. The body needs certain cofactors, vitamins, minerals, and enzymes to process amino acids into new muscle fibers. Walnuts deliver several of these, including magnesium, zinc, and B vitamins, which are essential for protein metabolism. Magnesium, for instance, activates the enzymes that convert amino acids into structural proteins. Zinc supports cell regeneration and tissue repair. Without these micronutrients, the amino acids can't fully integrate into muscle tissue. By providing the full range of cofactors, walnuts enhance the entire cycle of muscle protein synthesis from digestion to incorporation. Now, one of the biggest challenges with aging muscles is the decline in muscle sensitivity to amino acids, particularly leucine. Leucine is the key amino acid that triggers the mTOR pathway, which signals your body to build muscle. In older adults, that pathway becomes less responsive, meaning you need a stronger signal to get the same result. Walnuts help amplify that signal. Their combination of omega-3 fatty acids and antioxidants improves cellular membrane fluidity, making receptors more responsive to leucine and other branched-chain amino acids. This heightened sensitivity means that even a moderate amount of protein can spark a meaningful anabolic response, something that can make a massive difference over time. Another layer of this mechanism involves blood flow. To build muscle efficiently, the body needs to deliver amino acids to muscle tissues quickly after they're absorbed. Walnuts, with their high arginine content, support nitric oxide production, which dilates blood vessels and enhances circulation. That means better nutrient delivery right where it's needed. When amino acids reach the muscles faster, they can be used more effectively to repair micro tears, strengthen fibers, and increase density. It's like improving the logistics of nutrient delivery. Fuel arrives sooner, and the rebuilding process can start immediately. And it's not just about speed, it's about efficiency. Older adults often struggle with a phenomenon called protein inefficiency, where despite eating enough protein, their net nitrogen balance remains low. Nitrogen is a key marker of muscle building potential, and when the balance is negative, it indicates more breakdown than synthesis. Walnuts support a positive nitrogen balance by reducing oxidative damage to the enzymes that handle protein metabolism. The antioxidants in walnuts, especially ellagic acid and catechins, stabilize these enzymes, ensuring that the amino acids you absorb are put to productive use rather than lost through catabolic pathways. There's also an interesting hormonal component here. Insulin and growth hormone both play critical roles in transporting amino acids into muscle cells. Walnuts help regulate both. Their omega-3 content improves insulin sensitivity, allowing cells to respond more efficiently to insulin's anabolic effects. When insulin works better, amino acids are drawn into the muscle cells more rapidly and effectively. At the same time, the tryptophan and melatonin content in walnuts support deeper sleep cycles, which is when growth hormone peaks. Growth hormone enhances amino acid uptake and protein synthesis during rest, accelerating recovery and growth overnight. So while you're sleeping, those tiny walnut nutrients are literally helping your muscles rebuild stronger. Let's not forget the effect of inflammation on amino acid utilization. Chronic inflammation, often driven by processed foods, stress, or aging, interferes with the body's ability to synthesize muscle proteins. It's like trying to build a house while the foundation keeps shaking. Walnuts calm that inflammation with their potent anti-inflammatory compounds. The omega-3s reduce the production of inflammatory cytokines, while the polyphenols neutralize free radicals that damage muscle cells. With less inflammation, the muscle synthesis process becomes smoother and more efficient. It's not that the body can't build muscle, it's that inflammation constantly pulls resources away from repair. Walnuts return those resources to where they're needed most. Something else that often goes unnoticed is how walnuts impact the liver. The liver is the main processing center for amino acids. It decides whether they'll be used for muscle repair, converted to energy, or stored as fat. As we age, liver function can slow down, leading to poor protein metabolism. The antioxidants and healthy fats in walnuts support liver detoxification, helping it handle amino acid processing more effectively. A healthy liver ensures that more amino acids are directed toward rebuilding muscle tissue rather than being burned up as energy or wasted. This metabolic support extends to energy production. When amino acids are efficiently absorbed, they contribute not only to building new muscle, but also to maintaining energy throughout the day. Muscles require a constant turnover of proteins for repair and energy balance, and walnuts support this steady supply. The phosphorus and copper in walnuts contribute to ATP production, the energy currency of cells. That means more stamina, less fatigue, and better overall performance, even in daily activities like walking, climbing, or lifting. Another often overlooked benefit of improved amino acid absorption is immune resilience. Muscle tissue acts as a reservoir of amino acids for the immune system, especially during times of stress or illness. When the body has a steady flow of amino acids from the diet and efficient absorption, it doesn't have to break down muscle to fuel immune responses. Walnuts essentially protect muscle mass by ensuring a consistent nutrient supply, so your body doesn't have to sacrifice tissue to stay healthy. This is one of the reasons older adults who eat walnuts regularly tend to maintain both better muscle tone and stronger immune systems. There's also an interplay between amino acid absorption and mood regulation. Amino acids like tryptophan, tyrosine, and glutamine are precursors to neurotransmitters that affect motivation, focus, and energy, all essential for maintaining an active lifestyle. Walnuts, by improving overall amino acid uptake, indirectly support mental clarity and drive, which makes it easier to stay consistent with exercise and movement. And the more active you are, the better your muscles respond to nutrients. It's a reinforcing cycle. Better nutrition supports better movement, and better movement enhances nutrient utilization. On a cellular level, walnuts influence how muscle cells handle amino acids through their effect on mitochondria. Mitochondria are not just energy producers, they're also regulators of protein turnover. When mitochondria function well, the cell has enough energy to drive protein synthesis efficiently. The omega-3s and antioxidants in walnuts protect mitochondria from oxidative damage, ensuring that the energy supply for protein synthesis remains steady. This mitochondrial support is particularly important in older adults, where mitochondrial decline contributes heavily to muscle weakness and fatigue. By protecting these cellular engines, walnuts extend the body's ability to maintain and rebuild muscle tissue. What's remarkable is how this entire system works together. Walnuts don't just improve amino acid absorption in one place, they optimize the entire chain from digestion in the gut to transport in the bloodstream to uptake by muscle cells to utilization inside mitochondria. Each link strengthens the next, creating a cascade of benefits that results in more efficient muscle protein synthesis overall. And because all of this happens naturally through food, there are no harsh side effects or artificial stimulants involved, just your body working the way it's meant to, only better. For someone trying to maintain or rebuild muscle later in life, this is a game changer. You no longer need to rely solely on massive protein shakes or supplements that often upset the stomach or go partially unused. By supporting absorption and utilization, walnuts make every gram of protein count more. It's like upgrading your body's efficiency from a leaky system to a precision engine. The result: you get more muscle building benefit from the same amount of food, which is crucial for older adults who may not have big appetites or who need easier to digest nutrition. When we look at populations that age gracefully and maintain strong muscle tone into their later years, a pattern emerges. Many of them include nuts, especially walnuts, as a dietary staple. Whether it's the Mediterranean regions or cultures with naturally high nut consumption, their rates of frailty and sarcopenia tend to be lower. The reason is not just cultural diet, it's biochemical efficiency. Their diets support nutrient absorption, hormone balance, and anti-inflammatory defense, all of which are perfectly aligned with what walnuts deliver. Even the texture of walnuts plays a subtle role. Chewing them thoroughly activates digestive enzymes and stimulates stomach acid, both of which aid in breaking down protein, rich foods eaten alongside them. So, something as simple as eating a few walnuts before a meal could prime your digestion, making the meal's protein more effective. It's a natural, built-in way to get the most out of what you eat without any extra effort. The synergy between walnuts and the rest of your diet is another reason they're so effective. When combined with vitamin C-rich foods like berries or citrus, the amino acid absorption rate increases further because vitamin C enhances collagen synthesis and connective tissue support. Similarly, pairing walnuts with high protein foods like lentils or chicken gives the digestive system a balanced range of amino acids, while the walnut fats slow digestion just enough to maximize absorption. This steady release of nutrients ensures that the body can continually build and repair muscle instead of receiving nutrients all at once and wasting them. So even though the spotlight often shines on protein quantity, the real secret lies in protein quality and utilization. And walnuts, by improving amino acid absorption, enhance both. They help the body take what it already has and use it more wisely, turning ordinary meals into muscle, preserving, energy-boosting fuel. For anyone battling the effects of aging, that's not just a nutritional upgrade. It's a life upgrade. The more we understand how nutrition interacts with our biology, the more we realize that small, consistent choices create the biggest transformations. Walnuts, though simple, represent one of those choices. They bridge the gap between what we eat and what our bodies can truly use, making every bite count towards strength, resilience, and vitality, even as the years go on. And when it comes to recovery, that window of time after exercise where your muscles repair, rebuild, and strengthen, walnuts become even more impressive because the combination of vitamin E and antioxidants inside them works like an internal restoration system for your body. After a workout, especially as we get older, the body enters a state of controlled stress. Muscles experience tiny microtears, inflammation rises, and oxidative stress builds up. That's part of how growth happens, but without proper recovery, that same stress can accumulate and slow down progress. This is where walnuts step in as a powerful natural recovery tool, helping the body transition from breakdown to repair faster and more efficiently through their unique blend of vitamin E, polyphenols, and omega-3 fatty acids. Vitamin E in walnuts is one of the most potent fat-soluble antioxidants that directly protects cell membranes from oxidative damage. When you exercise, oxygen use skyrockets in muscle cells, and that process inevitably creates free radicals. Free radicals are unstable molecules that can damage cells, disrupt protein synthesis, and cause inflammation. Vitamin E acts like a shield, neutralizing those free radicals before they can harm your muscle fibers. This protection is critical because the integrity of your muscle cell membranes determines how well they recover and grow. When the membranes are damaged, nutrients can't flow properly into the cells and recovery slows down. Walnuts replenish that protective barrier, ensuring your muscles remain responsive and nourished. The antioxidant network inside walnuts doesn't stop at vitamin E. They also contain powerful polyphenols like ellagic acid, catechins, and flavonoids that complement vitamin E's effects. These antioxidants travel through the bloodstream, finding and neutralizing oxidative compounds that linger after intense exercise. Unlike synthetic supplements that provide one or two isolated antioxidants, walnuts deliver a natural symphony of them, each targeting different parts of the body. Ellagic acid works primarily in the liver and bloodstream, helping clear toxins and reduce systemic inflammation. Catechins target muscle tissues, protecting them from post-exercise oxidative stress. Together, they accelerate the repair of damaged muscle fibers while preventing the kind of chronic inflammation that leads to stiffness, soreness, and fatigue. This combination is especially valuable for older adults whose natural antioxidant defenses decline with age. As the body's own enzyme systems like glutathione and catalase slow down, it becomes easier for inflammation to take hold after even moderate physical activity. Walnuts bridge that gap by providing external antioxidants that mimic the body's internal defense system. They essentially give your cells a fresh supply of reinforcements, so your recovery process remains youthful and effective. And because vitamin E in walnuts is paired with healthy fats, it gets absorbed easily into the cell membranes where it's needed most. That's an advantage over many supplements where absorption is inconsistent and less bioavailable. One of the overlooked benefits of the vitamin E antioxidant synergy in walnuts is how it reduces muscle soreness, or DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness. That lingering ache you feel 1 or 2 days after exercise is caused by microscopic damage, inflammation, and oxidative stress within the muscles. Vitamin E helps stabilize those muscle membranes, preventing leakage of enzymes like creatine kinase that trigger pain and stiffness. At the same time, the polyphenols in walnuts modulate inflammatory pathways by lowering cytokines such as TNF-alpha and interleukin-6. By calming these inflammatory signals, walnuts allow your muscles to recover faster and with less discomfort, making it easier to stay consistent with your exercise routine without being sidelined by soreness. Recovery is not just about the muscles themselves. It's about the entire system that supports them. Walnuts aid in restoring balance to the body after physical stress by lowering systemic inflammation in blood vessels and joints. That's crucial because post-exercise inflammation doesn't just stay localized in the muscles. It often spreads through the bloodstream, affecting connective tissues and organs. The antioxidants in walnuts prevent that spillover effect, protecting your arteries from oxidative damage and supporting overall cardiovascular recovery. When your blood vessels stay relaxed and elastic, nutrient delivery improves, and the body can efficiently transport oxygen and amino acids to the tissues that need them most. Another layer of walnut recovery power comes from their omega-3 fatty acids, which work in harmony with vitamin E to reduce inflammation. Exercise-induced inflammation isn't entirely bad, it's a signal for growth. But chronic, unresolved inflammation leads to pain and tissue breakdown. Omega-3s from walnuts, primarily alpha-linolenic acid, help shift the body toward producing anti-inflammatory compounds like prostaglandins and resolvins. These molecules tell the immune system, the job is done, it's time to heal. They stop the overreaction that often follows intense training. Together, vitamin E and omega-3s create a balanced response. Enough inflammation to trigger adaptation, but not so much that it damages tissue or delays recovery. For older adults dealing with joint stiffness or arthritis, like symptoms after activity, this combination can be transformative. Walnuts not only help muscles recover, they also protect the connective tissues that stabilize those muscles. Vitamin E maintains the integrity of collagen fibers in tendons and ligaments, while omega-3s keep the surrounding tissues lubricated and flexible. The result is smoother movement, less stiffness, and better joint mobility. This kind of recovery doesn't just prepare you for your next workout. It helps preserve functional strength in daily life. And here's something fascinating. Walnuts also influence the body's stress response to exercise at the hormonal level. Intense workouts elevate cortisol, a stress hormone that can promote inflammation and muscle breakdown if it stays high for too long. The antioxidants in walnuts help lower cortisol post-exercise by calming oxidative stress in the adrenal glands. Vitamin E protects those glands from damage, ensuring they can return to normal function faster. When cortisol comes back down more quickly, your body switches into a recovery mode sooner, increasing protein synthesis and glycogen replenishment. That means your muscles rebuild faster and your energy stores refill more efficiently. Walnuts also enhance the effectiveness of other nutrients involved in recovery. Vitamin E, for instance, works synergistically with vitamin C and selenium, both of which are often found in balanced diets. When you combine walnuts with fruits or vegetables rich in vitamin C, you amplify their antioxidant power. Vitamin C regenerates used vitamin E molecules, allowing them to continue fighting free radicals instead of being depleted. It's like recycling your recovery fuel. This makes walnuts a perfect post-workout pairing with something like berries, citrus, or even a smoothie with spinach and yogurt. One often underestimated aspect of recovery is how quickly the body clears metabolic waste. During exercise, lactic acid and other byproducts accumulate in the muscles, contributing to fatigue and soreness. The antioxidants in walnuts enhance liver and kidney function, which are responsible for detoxifying these compounds. A healthy liver efficiently converts lactic acid into usable energy, while the kidneys flush out the remnants. When those organs are supported, your body's overall recovery speed improves. The ellagic acid in walnuts directly stimulates liver detoxification enzymes, making it easier for the body to restore internal balance after the physical stress of training. There's also a neurological side to recovery that walnuts address beautifully. Exercise impacts not just muscles, but also the nervous system. Overexertion can lead to neural fatigue, which shows up as slower reaction times, mental fog, or reduced coordination. The vitamin E in walnuts protects neurons from oxidative stress, while their omega-3 content supports the regeneration of nerve cell membranes. This combination restores communication between the brain and muscles more efficiently, helping your movements stay sharp and coordinated after exercise. That's especially beneficial for older adults who might notice slower recovery, not just physically but mentally. Sleep plays a huge role in post-workout recovery, and walnuts help there too. Vitamin E and antioxidants support better sleep quality by reducing inflammation in the nervous system and promoting calmness. Walnuts naturally contain melatonin and help the brain produce serotonin, which regulates sleep-wake cycles. Better sleep means higher levels of growth hormone released during deep sleep stages, the very hormone that repairs muscle tissue and strengthens bones. So when you eat walnuts consistently, you're not just aiding daytime recovery, you're setting up your nighttime repair system to work more effectively. Let's also talk about blood sugar regulation, another factor that impacts inflammation and recovery. After a workout, Your muscles are hungry for glucose to replenish glycogen stores, but if blood sugar spikes too high, it can lead to more oxidative stress. The fiber and healthy fats in walnuts slow down glucose absorption, creating a steady release of energy and minimizing insulin spikes. This stable environment reduces post-exercise inflammation and ensures that nutrients go into muscle repair rather than fat storage. Vitamin E protects pancreatic cells in the process, keeping your metabolic health in balance and promoting faster recovery between workouts. At a cellular level, the impact of vitamin E in walnuts on recovery goes beyond antioxidant action. It also supports mitochondrial health. Mitochondria are the energy factories of cells, and during intense exercise, they produce reactive oxygen species as byproducts of energy production. Over time, these byproducts can damage mitochondrial membranes, slowing down energy recovery. Vitamin E embeds itself into those membranes, keeping them stable and functional. This helps mitochondria continue producing ATP efficiently, so your energy levels bounce back faster after exercise. That renewed energy directly translates to improved endurance and reduced fatigue in subsequent sessions. Walnuts even influence gene expression related to inflammation and recovery. Research shows that the polyphenols and vitamin E in walnuts can turn off pro-inflammatory genes while turning on genes associated with antioxidant defense. That means your body becomes more resilient at the cellular level, adapting to stress more efficiently with each workout. It's almost like training your body, not just physically, but biochemically to recover faster each time. Over time, this adaptation results in less soreness, better endurance, and a stronger overall inflammatory control system. For people who train regularly, or even those who stay active through walking, gardening, or light workouts, the difference this makes is profound. When the body recovers faster, consistency becomes easier. You wake up feeling refreshed instead of sore, motivated instead of drained. Your body starts to respond better to exercise stimuli, leading to visible improvements in strength, posture, and tone. That's the power of recovery done right. It's not just about bouncing back. It's about coming back stronger each time. Even beyond exercise, the combination of vitamin E and antioxidants in walnuts supports daily muscle repair from normal wear and tear. Every movement, every step, every task you perform creates microstress in muscle tissues. By providing continuous antioxidant support, walnuts help the body stay in a low inflammatory, high repair state throughout the day. It's like keeping your internal maintenance team on duty around the clock, quietly repairing and refreshing your tissues so you feel more energetic and capable no matter your age. Older adults, in particular, can benefit immensely from this process because recovery naturally slows down with age due to reduced circulation and hormonal shifts. The nutrients in walnuts help counteract those slowdowns. They keep blood flowing, muscles nourished, and inflammation under control, allowing the body to recover at a pace closer to its younger years. It's a subtle but noticeable transformation. You don't just feel less sore, you feel younger, stronger, more capable. In essence, the vitamin E and antioxidant combination in walnuts acts as a recovery ecosystem. Each compound supports the others, and together they guide your body smoothly through the post-exercise phase, from inflammation to repair, from breakdown to rebuilding. This isn't about quick fixes or artificial recovery aids. It's about giving your body what it needs to do what it's designed to do, heal itself naturally, efficiently, and completely, so that every effort you put into movement, strength, and health pays off exponentially.